Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I would show you some of the things I purchased because I, like you, watch everybody's favorites of 2019 video, and I took a list and I had to have some of these things to try them for myself. And so I'm just going to let you know what I tried. I'm not going to give credit to the person who recommended it because in some cases these products did not work for me. So it'll be fun for you to see what worked and what didn't work. And you know, we're also very different. Our skin types are different, our skin tones are different, our eye shapes are different. So, and our skincare I think is different, and that can make a huge difference in how well something spreads on our skin. So anyway, let's start with, this is KOPARI, and this is actually just something I picked up in a Sephora haul, I think. These are coconut melt wipes, and I wanted something that would be really good for taking off eye makeup and stuff at night, because I'm very lazy at night, and sometimes if I've had a glass of wine or something I forget to take my makeup off. So this makes it less painful, and what these are individually wrapped sheets of coconut oil. And I think they're pretty cool because when you open it up you get a nice big sheet, and it's just coated with coconut oil. You can get all your eye makeup off and everything. I always find when I use coconut oil to take makeup off that I have to take something, you know, I have to take coconut oil off too right after, because it's just icky, you know, it's very greasy feeling. So I usually do a face wash right after, and then I do like a night moisturizer at nighttime if I can. But these are really convenient and good for traveling. I like to take off my eye makeup separately from just washing my face. I think that it's what they call the double cleanse. I think it's a really good idea. So KOPARI, and these are the saturated coconut oil sheets that you can take off, and one sheet will take off your whole face of makeup, which is very good. I saw these in Ulta and they're just so cute. This is the lemon facial scrub, and they also had one that was shaped like a pink grapefruit, and that's the grapefruit one. But basically what it is, it's a very, very bristly kind of scrub. It really is a scrub, and I think it's a little rough for my dry skin and sensitive skin. Maybe if you have really oily skin and blemishes, you would enjoy this, but it's very, very gritty feeling. It feels very gritty. So some of you with the oily skin may like this. The pink grapefruit one looks good. They do smell like the fruit that they represent, but I just thought it was so cute. Absolutely cute. But I thought it was a little rough on my skin, and I wound up breaking out of all things. I don't break out, you know? Well, apparently I do. So this one did not work for me. This is Bobbi Brown's face base, and it's a enriched vitamin face base that's got vitamins and minerals. It's a really nice first layer to your skin before your makeup goes on, and it's awfully expensive if you get a full size. There is that strong scent of chemical skincare. So some of you may be turned off by that, but I thought this face base worked really well underneath all of my different makeups. I've tried it under all of them now. I've tried a few. I might just get another one of these 100-point things and keep going through those rather than buying a full size. I think that's a great little face base. Now now this was a recommendation. This is COVERGIRL Simply Ageless, and this is the Anti-Aging Foundation Primer. And this is a very kind of a lotiony sort of primer. It worked really nicely as a bottom layer underneath my makeup. I didn't think there was anything special about it. There is no scent to it, which is very nice. But this was quite nice, pleasant. Drugstore pricing, that's pretty good. This is the new e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer, and it's really not bad, except it was hard to figure out what color to get. I wound up getting this one, which is the fair medium, and it is a little bit light for me. get a little bit of raccoon eye, but it was really difficult to pick a color out. It really was, because they are so similar. All the white girl shades are all so similar. But it dries very quickly. You gotta work fast. So the second you stick that down, I use my ring finger and I warm it up and just kind of tap it in. I tap it in. You may have to make sure, especially if you have a lot of wrinkles and crinkles under your eye, that you tap that in really well and pull the skin just a little bit with your ring finger. And it actually lasts all day. I was very impressed with this. I didn't like the original e.l.f. Camo Concealer because it was too drying and cakey under my eyes, but I do like this one. I think it did a good job. I think Glitzy Fritzy recommended this, and I'll give her credit because I like it. This is the Candid concealer, and this is the color number 5. Again, there's a lot of white girl shades in here. Antioxidant concealer. This is the Photo Ready Candid Antioxidant Concealer. It does have a doe foot applicator. There is really good coverage here, but I like the fact that it doesn't get cakey at all. And I have dry skin. I have a lot of ripples and crinkles underneath my eyes, and you have to pat it in and tap it in. I do one eye at a time. I don't put it on both and then go in. I put it on one, try to fix that one eye, and then I'll put it on the other and fix the other eye. This is a very nice concealer for the price. I think it's it rivals, you know, NARS creamy concealer. I think this is a really nice concealer. So I thank you, Glitzy Fritzy, for recommending this one. It was a winner. Someone else recommended this, and this is the Photofocus Hydrating Foundation. And again, I had difficulty with the color. I wound up getting, now this is the shade Nude Ivory, and I think it's probably about the 4th one in the line. A lot of white girl shades here. They got this stupid paddle, which, you know, I don't like using the paddle. Just never have liked using the paddle. I did find this one oxidized a little bit, so when I first put it on, it was very light, and then it seemed to blend in nicely, and then it seemed to almost look a little darker. But regardless, I didn't like this at all, because any dry patches you have, any lines you have, this just accentuated around every single dry patch. I had that kind of flaky desert lace kind of look all over my face from this, and I don't get that from a lot of other foundations. So I think it was this in particular. Now, I liked the original formula of this, which is the matte. So I don't know if they did something else with it to make it hydrating, but it didn't help as far as dry skin goes. So to me, this was not a good buy. I just didn't like it at all, and it does oxidize slightly darker. I'd say a half shade darker when it has dried. And again, the shade range was a little bit hard to tell what your shade would be, especially under like CVS lighting. So, but you know, it's like $6.50. So if you want to give it a try, maybe you have a different skin type than I do and it'll work better for you. But I didn't find that this worked all that well for me. This is a cream blush from COVERGIRL, and this is the Clean Fresh Cream Blush in shade 370 Butterflies. I have this on today. It's a very, very natural look. You just put a tiny little dot. It's good to put a dot down somewhere else, not straight onto your face. And then you can take a brush or your finger, and then you can just kind of spread it out on your skin. And it shears out to a very pretty color. I mean, I have it on my face now, but it's very, very nice. Now, once it dries down, it's almost a powder finish, and it looks great, and it stays all day. So I do like this. I think it's a lot better than those like Benetint kind of things that are more like a gel formula where they stain you really badly. This seems a gentler formula than that. And Butterflies is a very nice, it's kind of like Exposed from Tarte. It's that kind of a color. So it's a very nice natural flush looking color, and I think that's very flattering on most faces. Somebody did recommend this. They said if you've never tried the cookie highlighter from Benefit, you're missing out. So I had to get the cookie highlighter, and of course there's no minis in this cookie formula, so I had to buy the full size in it. It comes with a little tray and a little brush that holds it, and this is kind of a neat little brush because you can kind of go into this little mirror here too. You can kind of go into it with the little brush and get that perfect little stripey thing, you know, going on. So you can see it gives almost a wet look. It's so pretty and pigmented. So those of you who like to do that to the end of your nose, I don't like to do that to the end of my nose. People that do that silver dot at the end of their nose, it makes me uncomfortable. I'll just tell you that. Okay, so this is the cookie. Let me just show you here. And it's a really, really pretty highlighter. It's a little bit more than the Pure Nude, the Essence Pure Nude, and it's a little bit more than some of the Becca highlights. But I do like it. I think it's one of my favorites this year, and I do like the effect. It's a wet, healthy kind of look. It's a very, very pretty natural look. You don't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup when you have this on, and it doesn't give you a striped effect. It can blend in with your blush nicely. It plays well with others, so this is nice. The Benefit Cookie Highlighter. I got this in TJ Maxx. If you see it, I just love the packaging. I'm such a sap for packaging. Oh my God. When I saw this, I said, you know, I remember when they first came out with this, and I thought, you know, I would only buy this for the packaging, because when you open this up, get a mirror here. Now look at this. You've got like the bronzer here and then a highlighter here. But who wants to stick their finger in and ruin the detailing on this little painting they have inside here? It's like, I didn't want to use it. It's so pretty. This reminds me of that new thing from MAC, that highlighter that's got the dragon on it. It's like, okay, you're gonna pay $42 for a highlighter that you don't want to dip your brush into because you don't want to break up the detailing. So I have a feeling that's why these didn't sell, and they had it in TJ Maxx, and I got one of the rare ones that hadn't been opened with somebody's gnarly fingerprint through it. You know, when you buy stuff in TJ Maxx, you always have to, I always spray anything from there with alcohol, even if it doesn't look like somebody's touched it. I bet somebody has, you know, just. But this is the Natural Lust Bronzer. And I think I'm just going to keep this case and maybe put my own powder in it or something. I just love this. I will eventually dip into this stupid bird and the background here, but I just think that it's just such a lovely thing. I wish more cosmetic companies would do something old school like this. A very pretty, let's see, yeah, you can see it now. Very, very pretty case. I miss that kind of glamour in makeup, I really do. I didn't want to give too much away with my MAC special coming up. I'm doing a docu-torial on MAC, and what a docu-torial is I do a whole history of the brand and show you pictures of the founders and tell you stories about how it started. I'm waiting on the book to arrive. There was a book called Viva MAC, and I'm getting it. It's coming sometime this week. I have to read the book. And it goes into the early history of Canadian makeup companies, and it goes into MAC and their beginning, and I really think as kind of a resource, I really need to read this book before I release the special. So I've already filmed the demo or the tutorial part where I use all the makeup and tried like I think 12 lipsticks I have, and I already released the lipstick video last week where I just kind of demonstrated it. I do have some more shades that came after I filmed that epic lipstick demo, but I'm loving this. This is the Light Plus Mineralized Skin Finish. Now this is the natural skin finish, so you have a mirror on this side, and then this is just, it's like it's a setting powder, And it's just lovely. It reminds me of some of the nicer Hourglass setting powders without any of that kind of real big glow. It's just a really nice equalizer. Once you put your blush, your contour, your highlighter on, this is a great final step to kind of set that all in and merge it all together. You know, it kind of makes everything look seamless and gives you that blurred look. I love this. And I'm so glad. I think it's very expensive though. It's $36, which is like, egads, you know. But I do like this a lot. And it's Light Plus. There is a lighter shade than this. I don't like to go too light with powders because I think they can make you look pasty. So I do love this. I got two things from KEVYN and I did a special on KEVYN, Docu-Torial on him, and it got a lot of interest lately. I don't know if it's been posted somewhere and somebody's been watching it, I don't know. But it made me remember how much I love the sculpting powder, and I happened to see this on sale, and this is the sculpting powder and highlight powder combo. It's like a little mini, doesn't cost very much, but this sculpting powder is just the perfect color to give you a little bit of dimension to your face. If you are medium to medium light to light white girl, fish belly white, you'd love this. And then this nice powder here you can use as a sort of a subtle highlight, or you can use it to set under your eyes. Very, very nice. And also this, which is the Simply Nude palette. I love this. I don't get why they put sponge tip applicators in it though. I was like, really? In the KEVYN palette you get the sponge applicators? Anyway, this has perfect colors in it. This color here you can use on your lid all over or as a base. This color here is like the perfect crease color. This color here is perfect for the corners, and then you've got this color for like highlights and shimmer, and this color for lining under the eyes or center line. It's just beautiful. This is a beautiful basic palette, and I think this is one of the best basic starter palettes there is. It's a quality line. It's just the perfect colors that go together. You can be fancy and glam, or you can just be really nice and simple, but it has all the colors in it that you would need. So the KEVYN, and it's called the Simply Nude palette. So I know you've probably heard by now, but if you haven't, Kat Von D has stepped back from her brand. She had the Kat Von D beauty brand, and she was partners with Kendall Cosmetics, and so Kendall actually purchased her shares of the cosmetic company. So I'm hoping that they keep this Shade and Light palette because I love this. This is my favorite palette. And now she's stepped away from the brand. She's selling shoes and she's involved with charity things and yada yada yada. We all know it's because she's, you know, she's a hot mess politically right now and people are pissed off at her and it's affecting her sales, I bet. So she stepped away from the brand. So Kendall has made Kendall Cosmetics KVD, and the V stands for vegan. So it's Kendall K V Vegan Cosmetics, and hopefully they will have my Shade and Light palette and also my Trooper Eye Liner. It's the bad thing about a brand selling out. You don't know if they're going to come up with similar products. So I was in Nordstrom Rack the other day, and do you remember all the hoo-ha over this? This is the Game of Thrones eye palette. It was $65. Everybody wanted to be on the early release list. It sold out in 6 minutes. You know, you remember, you know the drill. Well, they are $29.95 in Nordstrom Rack, and there was like 12 of them in there. I couldn't believe it. This is mine, my original one. I paid $65 for this puppy, just so I could pull it out. They had that stupid Mother of Dragons highlighter set too, which nobody liked. That's why there's a million of those around. But this eyeshadow palette is wonderful. So For $29.95, I would say this was a good deal. So Nordstrom Rack has it, and hotlook.com is kind of like what Nordstrom Rack has online. The only thing with ordering from them is that when you order, by the time you get it, it's like 6 weeks later, you forgot you ordered it, and it's almost like a Christmas gift coming. I'm like, oh, what's this? You know, and it's like, oh, I spent money on that like 6 weeks ago. But the Game of Thrones from Urban Decay, the eyeshadow palette is fabulous. So this is the time to buy it, apparently, because there's lots of them left. There are no brushes left, and I love the brushes. Oh, God. The Jon Snow Wolf Sword. I use this pretty much every day. In fact, I used it today. It's a fabulous, fabulous brush. I love it, and I wish I bought the other one, but that was sold out too, and you can't find it anywhere except maybe eBay. I don't know. Okay, speaking of buying something for packaging, Revolution, they're doing some interesting things this year with their eye palettes. Did you see that one that's all gray? It's all gray shades. I was like, is this black and white picture? I mean, it was like, are you kidding me? Anyway, they put this out. Oh, God. This is Revo Pooch's palette. I bought it, I didn't even know what the shades were in it. I just bought it because I am a dog lover, and this just is too cute. And they're raised. They're raised up rubber. Can you see that? They're raised up. It's not flat. They just do such cute packaging. Now, you get a mirror, full size, and you get these kind of unusual colors. I'm not all that impressed. I'm not a huge fan of Revolution Cosmetics, I'll have to admit. I never really got onto the craze. I mean, I tried to, and I know when they did the dupe of the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I was right there, and I thought it was pretty good for a dupe, but I can't find it anywhere, and they can't find it anywhere in England, so I don't know who's getting it still, or if they even still offer it, but I can't find it. So anyway, some of the shades are good, some of the shades are not so good. There's no real neutrals in here to work with as far as doing a cohesive eye look. You can borrow from here. I mean, there's some interesting colors, like this one. Let me just put it on here. But most of the colors I find are kind of standard, not really that interesting. I didn't think this was a very interesting color story at all, but I do think that the cover is just so cute. Oh my gosh. So cute. Look at the little pug in the Westie. Okay, well, anyway, I'm not sure I'm going to keep this because the color story is just not there. And some of these, the shadows just don't have a lot of pigmentation or longevity, I think. And it's okay if it doesn't have a whole bunch of pigmentation. I can get that if I can build it up. But then if it doesn't last very long and it just kind of spreads out to nothing, to me, that's kind of a waste of money. So yeah, it was a fail. Gosh, it's cute though. Jeez. This was not a fail, and I know you're gonna be surprised I bought this one, and I paid full price. This is Norvina, and I don't know why I did this, because Norvina and Anastasia Beverly Hills, I stopped buying their stuff after that whole rigmarole over subculture. I mean, Norvina got on there all snooty and she said, well, you know, if you're having trouble with the subculture palette, maybe you don't know how to apply eyeshadow correctly, you know? And I'm like, F you, Norvina, F you. And I never bought anything from them again. I said, that's it. I'm not buying anything from this Pratt, you know, she's putting out a new palette every week. I'm sick of this. I'm not going to support it. And then I was, you know, just hoity-toitying around in Ulta, and I saw the demo. And this palette, I can just hear the gals from the beauty news, you know, my gals down there. What are they from? Is it New Zealand or Australia? One of those. Anyway, Kat and Haley. An effin' neutral palette with a pop of blue. Just, they're so funny. Anyway, I started dipping my little fingers into this and swatching up my arm like I normally do in Ulta. I walk out of there looking like polka dot Anyway, I loved the colors I was swatching, and I tell you, I really like this palette, so I bought it. I bought it, and I like it. I'm so ashamed. I really like this thing. It's the Norvina palette. I'm just going to bring it up closer so you can see it and enjoy it. This blue is more of a periwinkle, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful on. And then the golds, the pinks. Oh my gosh. This has some beautiful, beautiful colors in it, and it's not boring at all. You can do this light color and this in the crease or this in the crease, and then you can do these kind of darker shades in the corner if you like. This beautiful purple. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let me just show you here. Ruining my makeup look with this, but yeah, it's beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Or you can go into this kind of dark cranberry color. It's almost like a mahogany color. I mean, the formulation in this palette is outstanding. This is the formulation we fell in love with Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes for. The pigmentation in these shades is magnificent. It's a wonderful palette, absolutely wonderful. And I hate to say that I like a palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I'm going to. I like this one. I liked last year's Soft Glam palette. I liked Sultry. And in fact, I have on order a Lucky bag from Beautylish, and I have a feeling the Sultry palette or the Soft Glam is going to be in there. This time of year, WETnWILD puts out their holiday packaging stuff, and I see this particular mascara in with the sets, and there's usually like, there's this and these two and maybe a lip gloss or a lipstick or something in the set, and it's $4.99. This is a great deal. This is the Creme Brule. Creme Brule. And then this is just Brule, and they are different colors. Everybody thinks this is the new packaging for this, but they're different colors. Let me just show you the difference. I was really surprised because I think they put this one in some of the newer palettes, not this one. But you can kind of see they're a little bit different. Let me just because they're so light, it's going to be hard to swatch them. Yeah, the new one seems to be lighter. This is the old one, this is the new one. So if you liked the Creme Brulee, that's the slightly darker shade. This is the new Brule, which came out last year, I think. But the packaging is different. You can tell the old Creme Brulee because it's got a swirl in it, as does the Nutty, which is, you know, they also package this with the Nutty, which is nice. See, the Nutty is, that's a really, it's like a shimmer. This is a really nice for a liner shade. I really like WETnWILD, but I don't understand this move at all because everybody loved this shade. Why did they take it away and bring this shade out, which is different? And all I can think of is they have changed factories and they don't make this anymore, because I found that those shades and the original Comfort Zone and the original shades seem to have more pigmentation than the newer stuff that they have in the new packaging. Although there's still a quality there, I still think that the older stuff was a little better. So anyway, in case you were wondering, it used to be Creme Brulee. You're not crazy. It's Brule now. It's just Brule, not Creme Brulee. So it's lighter. These are from Almay, and they are liquid color for the eyes. They are liquid shadows. And I like the idea of these, but I don't like to fuss with things. I am just going to put them on here so you can see them. They come out a little bit thick, And then the idea is you can put it on your hands, or you can, I wouldn't put it directly on the eye. I have 3 colors in this. There's a gold, a light ivory, and then there's a dark brown. I figured I could, you know, try it out. And they remind me a little bit, the way they work on your eye, they remind me a little bit of the paint pots from MAC, in that they stain your eyes the color. And there are more shades in the MAC than just Painterly or Soft Ochre. There are a lot of other colors, and if you are a darker skinned person, you know this because they have a darker shade that would make a good eye base for darker shades. This is the darker one. I'm just gonna put this on here. So the idea is that you will take your brush and go into it. It's very strong. So this is the dark brown, and it's not quite as dark as you think. Now I had, you know, I was going to try it like underneath here or in the corner, I tried putting it on with my finger, but it's really messy with your finger. So now this other one, this gold color one, and I'll list the colors down there. I'm just going to put this on here. They're strong. I mean, I would put it on with a brush and then kind of smear it out a little bit with my finger, but I wouldn't use that straight on my eye. I think that you need more control. Now this last one is a light one, and it's awfully pretty. It's kind of that shifty color between pink and purple and blue. I'm just going to put that on there and then just tap it in. Now these colors last all day. Now they dry almost like a powder finish. Let me just show you this. So you can see it there. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing because it dries almost like a powdery substance. It feels like a mousse, but I don't know. I'm really on the fence about this, and somebody thought they were just the greatest thing, and I don't know. This is the gold. So you can see the gold, the dark, and then the light up in here. This gold is stunning. I think out of the colors, the gold is the one to give a try. So, yeah, kind of an interesting thing. I think cream eyeshadows, cream blushes, and lip oils are going to be big. I'm telling you. You heard it here first. Not that I get a prize or anything, but, you know, you can say, I'm just up and with it here. Now, see how well they stick? I'm trying to rub it off and I can't. So, it works pretty well. So that's the 3 liquid eyeshadows from Almay, and to find them, good luck, because they are hidden down in the lower section of the Almay display, way at the bottom. They're way at the bottom. So I don't know how old these are. I thought they were kind of neat. So. The other thing I wanted to comment about for the Wet n Wild, which I didn't, was this. This is the Make-A-Wear mascara. It is my favorite mascara from Wet n Wild, and I cannot find this normally in the Wet n Wild display. I think it only comes out in the Christmas things, and I think it's maybe a discontinued mascara out there. I don't know. This is great. It's Make-A-Wear mascara. There's no other name. It's the bright turquoise tube. This is a wonderful mascara. It gives you big old honking lashes. They last all day. It's nice and separating. I like this a lot. Pigments. I was at the Dollar Tree. I saw this little jar of pigments and I said, oh, this looks just like my my MAC Vanilla or my Wet n Wild, you know, Be My Boo. But no, they don't look alike at all when you put them out. This just sheared out to nothing. Now this is a pigment, a loose pigment, but it's got other stuff in it, I think, because when you spread it out, it nearly disappears. Don't even see it anymore. So don't waste your money on the Dollar Tree pigment because it's just not happening. It's not happening. Now the Wet n Wild one is wonderful. This is the Be My Boo, and it's got a nice cover on it so it keeps you from spilling it. I'm just gonna pour a little bit on here, and with loose pigment a little goes a long way. I'm just going to show you. It's really wonderful. It gives you a beautiful glow on your eyes. It goes over other colors and gives them a sheen. I really like this a lot. It really is almost like a high-end. So the Wet n Wild loose pigments, definitely worth checking out. I think they're very high quality and they don't spread out to nothing like some of the cheaper loose pigments do. But of course the MAC Vanilla is just a wonderful thing. Let me just, that is a loose pigment. The power of a loose pigment, amazing. Amazing. Now this is something you would really just want to put on as an accent on your eyes, not as a major, you wouldn't want to put it way up in the lid space or anything. But man, look at that. Woo! You see that one from space. That is the MAC Vanilla, and this is the to-go size, which is much cheaper. I think this is only $12, so this is the size to get if you can. If you go to a MAC store, see if you can get a to-go size in the loose pigments, because they really are amazing, amazing. I can't wait to do the MAC special. I'm so excited. It's a very interesting brand. Bobbi Brown. This is a crushed liquid lip, and I think it was Elle Leary that said this was the best lipstick. I have it on now. This is called Juicy Date. Yeah, okay. This looks, when you're in the store in Sephora, the lighting in there is so weird. It just makes everything look lighter and brighter. And then when you get it home, it's like, I don't know, just a very plain color. But there weren't any lighter colors that were brighter. So, these liquid lips are wonderful. They have emollients in them, lip oil, all kinds of vitamins and things, so they're really good for your lips, and I really like that. I like this so much better than that whole matte lip thing that was going on for the past 3 years. It's like I could not wait for them to stop doing this matte stuff, because it's like, yeah, just no. So this is quite nice. I think I would go for another color. And this is a very neutral, very wearable to work kind of color. It's very pretty. It lasts well when it wears down. It's a very natural look. It doesn't dry out your lips. And Bobbi Brown lip products are excellent. So this is a very, very nice liquid lip. Now I liked this one. This is from L'Oreal. It's the Bambi Eye Mascara. And I did like this. Is a really nice, and it feels a little dry on the eyes. It gave me a nice eye look. It lasted throughout the day. It does flake a little bit, but I didn't mind that. I think it's pretty good. So that's the Bambi Eye from L'Oreal. Not bad at all. I think there's other mascaras that are better than this, but I thought that this was a nice new addition for them. I probably will try the waterproof to see, you know, if it's a really good, because waterproof mascaras act a little differently than the regular ones. This is Kiko Magical Holiday, and I think it was on sale, so I got it in the shade 03. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the wear down. It was awfully pink. It was very pink, and it didn't look this shade in the online. Online, man, I tell you, Ulta has the worst online pictures of lip products. Holy cow. Let me just put this on for you so you can see how I didn't like it. There we go. Well, sure, it doesn't look that bad, but it's pinky for me, and I don't really like anything that's more of a, it's kind of a blue pink. Maybe some of you would like it, but there's a scent to it, and you may not like that. I don't like the scent to this at all. I didn't know what happened with Kiko, but they closed a lot of their stores, and they closed the store that was near me, the Kiko Milano. So I'm not sure where you can get this now because they're, you know, closing up their US market for this brand. So I don't really think I want to encourage it if it's going to be closing up around here. So if you can't get it, then why am I going to talk about it? So why am I talking about it now? Elizabeth Arden has some of the most interesting containers for their makeup I've ever seen. Now this is their lip oil, and you know, it looks like a pretty perfume bottle, and it's a squeeze. This is actually not glass, it's a squeezy. You squeeze this like a squeaky toy on a dog. And I'll be darned if this isn't just a pretty lip oil. It's just something to go over the top of maybe one of last year's matte lipsticks. It just gives a nice, pretty look. Let me see if I can. I love this lip oil thing. Man, I think that's so cool. But yeah, it's a squeezy tube. You squeeze it. It squeezes in and pushes it out that way, but it sits real nice on your vanity. Really, really pretty. Elizabeth Arden makes some beautiful products, and it's just unfortunate that they're not talked about very much because it's kind of considered, I think, kind of an old lady brand, you know, because it's always been around. But I love the inventiveness of their lipsticks and things. I think I have another lipstick here that has an interesting way of opening it. Yeah, this lipstick here, you see that there's no way to, it doesn't pull open. What you have to do is you push on this and it releases it that way. See? It's just cute. It's just different, you know. I just think that's pretty neat. I like Elizabeth Arden as a brand, and I think I'm going to explore a little bit more the products. This is definitely very innovative. And I was checking out Ulta, their oils, their lip oils, and this one came to mind. I think this is really nice. This is the Passionate Peach Lip Oil. Now this coats on top of, again, on top of a lipstick. It makes a really nice, similar to the Elizabeth Arden, it really just makes a nice kind of shiny effect to your lips, but it's got the vitamins and emollients in there to help your lips heal from being dry. This is a really nice winter item, and the peach one is just very, very nice. How many lipsticks do I have on? 6? I don't know. It's just awfully pretty on top of anything, and it mellows out something that's a little strong or dark, so I do like this. I think Ulta's trying to step up their game. Some of their things, not so much. One of the things that was recommended from Ulta, and I was really surprised because I didn't like this at all. This is the Effortless Effect Medium Coverage Hydrating Foundation. I thought this was going to be a wonderful thing because I kind of like their tinted moisturizer I tried a while back. This was very dry, and I found that it also oxidized, but it was hard to decide on a shade with this one too. And I think I got a light neutral. They tend to run a little on the yellowy golden side. So I put that on, and when it dries down, it will dry down another half shade up. But it did a lot like what the WETnWILD foundation did, and it grabbed onto all the dry skin and made me look like I had lace on my face. I didn't like this. This is going back for sure. I'm disappointed because it got so much hype, you know, and it didn't have that good a shade range in the really dark color ranges. And yeah, it doesn't affect me as far as being, you know, a goofy white girl, fish belly white girl shades. They had a ton of those. But I really believe brands should be a little more inclusive, you know, because there's more skin tones in the world than mine, you know. And so anyway, I'm not going to get all political or anything, but I just wouldn't want to support this because it has such a poor line of color range in the darker and medium shades, and there's no undertone that's flattering for the mid-range shades that go olive. Morphe, this is the continuous setting mist, and they ain't kidding. It is a continuous mist, and it is a mist. It is the lightest mist, and there is a little bit of a fragrance of Kim Kardashian cologne kind of smell, very light, but that dissipates, you know, and it holds your makeup on. It gives you a little bit of a dewy finish, especially if you're using makeup that makes you look like you have lace on your face. This helps a little bit. I do like this, and this was recommended by several people to be a pretty good setting mist, and I like this. So besides the Morphe spray, which I think is the nicest mist, it is just the finest mist. Some of these feel like you're spraying yourself with a water faucet hose, you know. This is the Skindinavia Bridal Spray, which I always use in the summertime because it's heavy duty, like hairspray for your face kind of a thing. I think that pretty much does it for me, for my haul on things I bought that other people recommended, and I hope you've enjoyed that, and it will help you make some clever decisions when you're in Ulta or Sephora next time. I hope all of you are having a wonderful week and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.